Donna with the North Greenbush Public Library, and I am back again today with another take-home craft tutorial. Now, this month is April, so it's spring and we're all thinking about sunshine. This month we are going to be making sun catchers, and you're just going to need a couple of items. In your take-home craft kit, you're gonna have contact paper, an embroidery hoop, and some pressed flowers. From home, you'll want a pair of scissors and a marker, and that's all you're gonna need. For the first step, you're gonna take one piece of your contact paper and place your embroidery hoop on top. Now, we're going to use our marker and just trace around the outside so we know roughly how big we're going to need to cut this down to fit inside of our hoop. Now you're going to cut around your circle. Just outside of it, you want it to be a little wider so that you'll have room for it to overhang and fit in between your two hoops. Then we'll know where we can place our flowers to make them fit in our sun catcher. Next, you're going to take your contact paper and peel the backing off. We're going to work with it sticky side up. Next, we're going to add our flowers onto our contact paper. The flowers are very delicate, so you want to make sure that you really plan out where you want to place them beforehand, because once you put them onto your sticky contact paper, you're not going to be able to move them again. And remember, we have a little bit of an edge for the overhang, so you want to put your flowers in the middle where they'll actually show through your hoop for our sun catcher. You're just going to gently place them on and make sure you're putting your colored part of the flower, the front of the flower, face down on your sun catcher. Now for our second piece of contact paper, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the first one. Put our hoop down and trace around the outside, and then just trim it down to size. Now again, it doesn't have to be perfect because this outer layer is going to overlap inside of your hoop and you're not going to see it if it's not a perfect match. We're going to take our second piece of contact paper now that we've cut it out. Again, peel it off the backing. And then we're going to very carefully place it on top of our first one so that the sticky side matches the other sticky side, and we'll seal our flowers inside. And be careful with this because once you stick it, it's not going to unstick. And smooth it out. Okay, so now we have our flowers sealed in between our two layers of contact paper. It's time to put them into our embroidery hoops. Now to separate your two hoops, you're just going to turn this little nut and that will loosen them and you'll be able to separate them. We're going to use the inner hoop, the smaller one. We're going to place our flowers on top of the hoop. Make sure you've got your overhang. And then we're going to take our outer hoop and slide it into place. And then we're just going to tighten it back up. Once you're tightened, you'll have your sun catcher made. If you have any excess, you can just trim off your excess contact paper in the back. And then we're just going to use the piece of twine to make our hanger. You're just going to run it right between the screw and the hoop. And then tie it however long you would like to have your hanger. And there you have our April sun catchers. If you enjoyed this craft, we'd love to see how they turned out. Thanks, guys.